we're getting for the Bridgeport. Is this 3-phase or 1-phase?
Yeah,
Three phase? Yeah. Is the surface grinder 3-phase?
Yeah, it's all 3-phase.
All 3-phase.
yeah,
You don't have any of those converters that I can get from you, do you? Any
No,
converters?
they're cheap.
They're cheap?
He has
Okay.
3-phase power.
They got digitals now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one back here has one issue.
This one?
This one does. Yeah. The fan. I managed to break the fan putting the motor cap back on it when I wired it. So
Which fan?
the fan in the top of the motor. I already called and ordered the new fan, but you'll hear it. The fan cracked hitting the top of the motor. So I just called and got a new one, so I had it shut off.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have it put in, no problem.
When's that coming in?
Well,
Oh, tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
See everything?
Okay.
These are-
So a quick lesson for the amateurs.
yeah.
Okay.
That moves that table. That one moves
Moving
it
the
back
table.
and forth.
Back and forth. Here,
Yeah.
this is the height. Oops.
Yeah.
Height. Okay.
You gotta get it locked in the teeth.
Yeah, lock in.
You get used to that. You always push in on them.
Okay. Good. Does the vise come with it, or are you keeping that?
That's,
Some holding devices.
When they,
you can buy a new vise.
yeah,
Let me tell you something. You can buy a new vise,
Oh, you
brand new, for 139 bucks. So,
from where? Enco? Enco?
well,
get-
not
get it from
Emco.
Emco.
Nah, fuck Emco. Nah, I don't like their shit. But,
no,
you go to a good
Production
distributor,
Tool,
Production
Supply,
Tool,
you know.
MSC.
MSC.
They're all over the
MSC
country.
is real good.
MSC?
They'll,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
drop it right to
Yeah,
you.
for 139 bucks, you get
Okay.
a brand new one.
Okay.
This one's been used, so
So are you including the collets and things?
no.
That you keeping
No.
all that?
You can buy
Okay.
a whole set of collets for $70.
$70?
Brand new.
Okay. Right
you
on.
know? So why would you want that old shit that has
Okay.
got dirt in them and all that crap?
All right.
It don't make sense.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the upper part here. What's this?
All right, that's your feed for your down feed.
That's
Okay, when
speed.
you're boring,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how fast.
You got
it-
automatic feed?
Yeah,
It's different.
There,
It's got
there,
automatic
there's different feeds. If you look at it,
Okay.
it tells you 1.5 inches, 6, down a half,
So one. Okay.
all right.
Okay.
As that head is coming down, that's giving you your feed, gives you how much chip you're going to have.
Feed like what? Like mill and a half per.
Well,
Except it's for boring.
it's for boring only.
Or drill.
Okay,
If
for
you're
boring.
gonna boring a
boring.
hole, yeah.
Thousands.
1.5 thousands per revolution.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What do we got here?
3 and 6.
All right, this is low speed, high speed.
Okay, low speed, high speed.
Yeah, because you've got a transmission. You got a low range and a high range.
Okay.
And here's your low range and high range speeds.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you got to take it from low range to high range.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we got the quill. That's
Right.
You got a. Where's the quill
That's
lock?
your lock right there.
So I got
All
my
right.
shoe pouch.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
got the quill.
Yeah, but they're always stiff because if
It's
they're
gotta
not
be, right?
stiff, it'll start rising on you.
Yeah, it's got to be stiff.
Right. It's got to
Okay.
be stiff. Okay.
And what do we got here? What's this?
That's the engage and disengage. When you pull it, you hit it, and it goes in and out.
Engage and disengage of the spindle.
Yeah, for the spindle down feed. I'm between
Oh, that's
gears
spindle
right now.
down feed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's your spindle down feed.
Okay.
All right.
And turn on is just this here.
Right.
Can I turn it on?
I don't care. Go ahead, try it. I don't know where we're at, but you got it power on? Well, he turned it off over here, I think. Hold on. Yeah. With that noise going on, I'm sure he is. Yeah, that's the fan blade at the top of the motor.
Okay.
All
What's
right.
this? What's this gauge for? What's this about?
What that does is it controls the depth that you go to.
Oh,
In other
okay,
words,
okay.
Yeah,
I
when
see.
you bring it down, you control
Okay,
the
depth
depth. Okay.
Okay.
so you don't go past whatever you want to drill it to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
That's all that is.
Do we have tilt? Whoa,
Yeah, you
we
got
a
tilt.
head tilt.
Yeah, you got head tilt, you got tilt this way and that way. You know, you can tilt this whole head one way or the other, 45 degrees.
Nice.
All right, and you got 45 degrees in the up position or the down position. So you can get a compound angle.
You can do the. Can you do this all the way around, 90 degrees?
No.
You got only
don't.
45 degrees?
Yeah, 45 degrees. That's it. That gives you a 90. 45 gives you a 90. 45, 45, 45, 45. You know.
Okay. Okay. And this goes in and out this way.
That goes in and out.
Uh huh. Can you rotate the head too, or no?
Yep.
The head.
Yep.
The head rotates too.
Yep.
Excellent. Huh. What year is this machine from?
This is probably in the 60s, late 60s.
Late 60s?
Yeah.
And these are still, people use them a lot still, or?
Fuck yeah, they're all over the country. People use them. We use them every day.
Like what?
We use this machine every day. That happened this morning.
Okay.
Okay. No big deal. If I don't want to fuck it up. But we use them all the time. You know.
Yeah. And this one is identical.
Identical. Yeah. The twin of that one.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. This is looking good. Mm-hmm.
See, you still got the flaking on the waves. You can look at it. You can see the flake here. You got a little wear here. Okay. That's basically where you use it most of the time.
What do you mean flake?
Flake is where your oil sits.
Uh-huh.
You know, when you run it back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's got about a thou wear. Nothing. Don't mean shit.
Okay.
You know.
How accurate can you get on this? Is it as good as the operator, or?
Half a thousand.
Yeah.
You know, we've held tenths.
You've
But
held
you gotta
tenths?
have, yeah, but you got to have an indicator.
Readout?
Yeah. Well, no.
DRL?
Yeah. Well, most indicators are half thou. You know, like
That's
this.
what was in the paint, that's right, I remember.
You know.
Yeah.
You get a half thou
Yeah,
read.
that's that when the lightning struck.
You know, when you move it.
Uh-huh.
See 5/10. You can get them more accurate than that if you want them. You know.
Is that an identical one, or is it
No,
a little
this is
different?
different.
It's
Yeah.
a little different.
A little different unit.
We're pretty much the same. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
much.
One of these units
Uh-huh.
costs you 8,000.
How come it's that different?
Well, because it got variable speed.
And this is only fixed?
That
fixed
one
belts?
is you got to engage and disengage.
Okay.
That's the big deal.
That's fully variable?
Yeah. When you, all right, I can wind it up to whatever I want. Okay. Now that one,
Yeah.
you know, you got set speeds on it. That's all.
How much of an advantage do you like? Is that
It makes no difference.
no difference?
No. The only thing is this is handy when you're, let's say you're drilling a hole and you got a 3/8 drill versus a 1/2-inch drill.
Yeah.
You know, it's handy to, you just crank it up to whatever
Yeah.
RPM you want. That's
Yep. Okay.